truth. Welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville with Scottie and friends.
Welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville, Part 2. Scott Collier, thanks for hanging in here this week. It's been a long week. I've been so excited to get him back in this studio. And it was so funny. We're at Sonic Eden Studios again with John Albany in Nashville. And we sat down, and Scotty sat in the chair across from me, and he looked over, and he saw this, what's his phone over there? Yeah. Collier, what is that?
I thought it was the bat phone. It's like the bat cave.
We said to John, what's that phone there? And John, I don't know. Can you come over to the mic? Would you mind, sir? What is that phone all about?
The phone was basically, I just saw it on Amazon.
On Amazon,
and I
okay.
thought, oh my God, I got to have this.
Okay.
It's like the phone, when the singers suck, I'm picking up the phone and calling for help. And so that's why somebody said, you ought to put the engineer helpline on it. And I did. And so where the place you put the phone number, I put 8675309. On the bottom it says, calling Jenny.
Tommy, a shout out to you, brother. Remember when you were in this studio, Tutone, when Haas Howard was here, and I know you'd remember John. He's fantastic, but I'm gonna take a picture of it, Tutone, and I'm gonna text it to you.
That's funny.
Collier, one time I had a phone, and you made a joke. I like your rotary cell phone. And I say that still to people this day. It was a good line.
I probably had a few cocktails.
That was so okay. So when I was managing Tommy, I used to bring him in to sit in the VIP booth and watch you, and you'd get Tutone up to play. Remember that?
Man, that song is still monstrous. It's still huge. People still love it. I love it too. When
he would play that thing. One time I did backup vocals on your stage at Tootsie's.
Yeah.
And then one time I did him over at the stage next door, the competitor. But that's where he wanted to play. And I never seen such a crowd just go crazy. And from the 21-year-olds to the 60-year-olds, and they knew every word.
It's just like I don't call them a song. I call them an anthem. It's an anthem.
There you go.
Like Country Roads Take Me Home. That song, you can play that acoustic in the middle of a Saturday night and nobody's going to leave.
No. Do you require some songs from your artists when they come to town, when you say, hey, we need you guys to learn?
We have a very strict set list. Very strict.
What does that mean?
We have a staff of, performers that work for us, and we take pieces of their songs or pieces of their songs that they're using in their show. And I ask them, I'm just straight up, I'll say, what songs are working for you? And then we'll put them on a list, and we'll have these new kids that come in, learn this song, learn this song, learn this song. Because whenever kids come in, they might want to sing an original song that's just not that good.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And you can't have that.
No.
You can't do it.
No.
So that's why all the original music has to go through me and Uncle John. We listen to it, and then, if it sounds like a hit, then
On the management side, I have a Billboard artist that I manage now. His name is Michael Gillis. And on the management side, for me, I understand your guys' rules, but I don't play your originals. So what I preach on my show is I say, but you can say your name. You could have a little something nice on the side of the stage where somebody could scan and see who you are. There's nothing wrong with advertising, hey, my name is Scottie Hugger. Hey, my name is Scottie Hugger. Say it 10 times throughout the day. Whatever that number is, that'll work without being annoying. Promote yourself, because you have a free audience from around the world. But if you can't sing your songs, there's a reason behind that. Well, that's okay, but you also can promote who you are.
It's not that Honky Tonk School has a staff of hit songwriters that write with these kids. That's the way Uncle John set it up.
Cool.
It's a staff of, Steve Dean that wrote all the Rodney Atkins stuff, and Don Goodman that wrote Old Red for Blake Shelton, Angels Among Us. They're the staff writers, and if we see these kids come through Honky Tonk School that has a shot of being an artist, we'll hook them up with songwriters. That's the way Uncle John set it up.
That's amazing, Scott.
Oh, it's from everything.
That's
from
amazing.
The way we dress them to everything. We want to see them succeed in what they want to do. That's what Honky Tonk School's about. Yeah. It's not just about, the big part is playing our places for sure.
Sure.
Because we have the best talent, right?
Right.
There's a reason for that, because we work with them. We don't just put them out there to the wolves and say, do whatever you want. We train them from the ground up. And that's the way I didn't create this. I'm just doing what I was taught to do.
But it works.
It works. It worked with me. I'm a prime example.
Yes,
when I came here from Ohio 20 years ago, I didn't know anything about how to do this. I just went in and I shut up and I listened.
Hey, John, can you imagine when you came to Nashville and if somebody said, I'll do everything for you. I mean, we'll literally take care of you. All you have to do is be responsible, show up on time, and do a great job. I mean, that's literally what Scott's saying to these kids, that if you just do a good job here, we will help you all the way to that record deal. What a gift that is. Yep.
Like I said, I wish I could take credit for it, but I didn't create this. John Taylor created this.
So imagine,
I'm just helping, But and it's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I love, and I think, and that's why I'm good. I'm not bragging. I'm good at this.
No, you're good at it
because I love doing it.
You're good at it
because I was the guy sleeping in his car. I was the dude, that was worried about making, money to support my daughter, which she just turned 25 yesterday.
Happy
Lord
birthday.
Have mercy. Mason is 25 years old.
And she's 2 babies now, right?
3.
3 babies.
I got 3 grandkids.
3 grandkids.
Beautiful. That's what she wanted to do. I told her, I said, I'll send you to college. I'll do whatever you want to do. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and I'm telling you what, man, she's one of the best. I am very proud of her.
That's when you can stick your chest out and go, say, I did a good job.
Gosh, she's awesome.
Yeah, that's outstanding. You got 2 great kids.
Oh, I do.
What's it like to be able to drive 2 miles away from your house, go to work, come home, be with your son every day? You're not on some stinky tour bus. You're not traveling all over the world. But if you want to travel all the world, you can. It's on your discretion. But you get to be home every day with your kid. Is there any better gift than that?
I have to pinch myself. I mean, like, if there was ever a version of making it, I made it.
You made it. No. There is making it. You made it.
I've done exactly. When I pass away and they put me in the ground, they can say Scott Collier enjoyed his life.
Right. To the fullest.
To the fullest.
Right.
Man, I've traveled all over the world, dude.
Right.
I've made friends. And I steal this from Eddie Montgomery and Troy Gentry. They don't call anybody fans. They call them friends.
That's great.
And I've had that in my head ever since I heard them say that in concert. I'm like, yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's Garth. I learned that from Garth too. He calls them the people, not the fan. He doesn't, they call them the people.
You make friends.
Yeah.
If they're going to spend money to hear you perform, they're your friends. Dude.
Right. And it's not cheap anymore to go watch an artist perform. A lot of times I'll go on socials and I'll see you backstage with people like Bret Michaels, the Def Leppard people.
Yeah.
What's so great about you is you never brag about it. You never go, it's just part of your life.
Those guys.
It's your life.
Those guys, Bret Michaels,
your keyboard player played
my
with
keyboard player, Will Dowdy.
Yeah.
He's a living legend too. You should get him on the show, man.
And if he loved anybody, I love him.
So Will, he just one of those dudes that's just been there and done that and played for everybody and co-wrote songs with a bunch of celebrities. He was just with Richard Marx the other day playing, I mean, like.
Love his voice.
And he'll be on stage with me and Bret Michaels, or somebody will call him up from Poison and he'll have to run out and get on the phone with them. And like, we were in the back alley by Tootsie's, and one of the lead guitar players for Def Leppard called him up. He had to take that call. I mean, he's that guy, you know what I mean?
Right.
But so they were in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Will was on the show with Poison and got backstage and hung out with Bret. And I'll tell you something funny. This is a funny story. So Uncle John had booked me main stage Tootsie's on a CMA Music Fest. I think they called it Fanfare back then. I don't know what they call it. Whatever. So it's still Fanfare to me.
Me too.
So anyway, and it was my first, and when I walked down the hill.
Why change it? Just leave it alone, right?
Yeah. When I walked down the hill to go down to Broadway, I'm looking and there's just tons of people. I mean, like thousands of people. And I literally got sick before I went in there. I had to set my guitar down. I felt it. I almost turned around and went back to my apartment. I mean, I was that nervous.
Wow.
Because yeah. Well, this is in the early days. Okay. You know, I still get nervous.
Sure. Well, that's just the respect of the crowd.
Whew, Lord.
But that was a different level.
Yeah. So I walked in. We were so poor. My band, we all lived in this cheap apartment. We were so poor that night. My lead guitar player, which was normally my bass player, didn't have the money to have a lead guitar amp, so he played the guitar through a bass amp. We had 2 bass amps on stage.
Wow.
That's how poor we were. We didn't have no money. How we made it work. So anyway, I get up here on the stage like this, and I had never seen a celebrity in my life at that point. You know, I'm from Londonderry, Ohio. You don't run into people like this. And I look down, and I see these CMT cameras and stuff coming through. And I'm like, oh, buddy. I look down, the first artist I ever seen was Chris Cagle. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's Chris Cagle.
Right.
And then I look behind him, and it was Bret Michaels from Poison. Lord. Then,
I'm going to sing in front of these gentlemen.
Yeah. And I didn't even know how to handle myself. I was a deer in the headlights. And
after the first 3 bars, did you get into it, or what happened? Or
Dirk Weaver, he said, "Play Every Rose Has a Thorn." And I'm like,
can you?
Bret Michaels is in the
can you with him doing that?
I'm like, holy crap, you know. So he kicks it off. I didn't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm like singing, you know. And I get done, and Bret looks at me, and I told this story for years, but I must have got it wrong, because I told Bret looked at me, and he said, "Well, you kind of got it. Kind of got it."
Okay.
So I carried that. I told that story forever. Well, whenever I saw him in Cincinnati, I said, Bret, and Bret's one of those guys that don't ever forget. I said, Bret, do you remember that night that you walked in 15 years ago and seen me? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Scott, I remember that. I said, do you remember what you told me? He said, yeah, I told you that you got it. I said, I thought you told me I kind of got it. He said, no. He said, I told you that you got it, dude.
Whoa.
He still remembered that.
What a compliment.
Yeah, and then C.C. DeVille, of course, the lead guitar player,
right.
He says, you helped book those bands down there. I said, yeah. He said, man, he said, every time I go to a city, he said, I always jog, because he's a health fanatic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, I get up, he said, I'm jogging past Tootsie's, and he said, it's 9:30 in the morning, and you got a band playing on the stage at 9:30 in the morning.
Does CC live in Nashville?
No.
No?
I think he's in California or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you got a band playing at 9:30 in the morning?
That's when we start. We go till 3 in the morning, sir. But what a show though to watch though, even from side stage to see those guys perform.
Poison?
Yeah, Poison, Def Leppard. That's one of my favorite concerts is Def Leppard, honestly.
Will Dowdy, everybody loves Will that's on tour with him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know Will.
Yeah.
He knows how huge of a Def Leppard fan I am, because, you know, I graduated high school in 1989.
Me too.
You know, I mean,
that's it. That's them.
So Def Leppard has a rule that nobody's allowed on stage with them. I mean, nobody. 0. Well, Will pulled some strings. Next thing you know, I'm standing on the stage by the monitor mixing guy, and they're singing Animal. Yeah. And let me tell you something about Def Leppard's stage sound. Everything is in ears. There is no floor monitors, no nothing. It is the quietest that you have ever heard. The only thing you hear is harmony singing. You don't hear the guitars. You don't hear the bass.
Nothing.
You don't hear nothing. All you hear is like harmony singing, and you'll hear some cymbal crashes. That's all you hear when you're on stage at definitely. And then you go out front and it peels your hair back.
Sure. What do you mean by you got to stand side
I was
stage?
right.
What do you mean?
Well, I was right side stage.
Yeah.
Right there by the dude that was running.
By the guy who's running their ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was right there by him. Yeah.
And you're going, this is a moment that I'm never going to forget.
And I'm looking over here and I'm seeing all my heroes up here. I've had several instances like that. Like,
all because of responsible, showing up on time, doing a good job.
Yeah.
All the things that matter.
Yeah.
What makes you an artist in Broadway.
I'll tell you one night that really got me, and looking back at this is crazy. I was playing Kid Rock's one night, and there was a bunch of people up in the Cadillac section, which is Bobby, Kid Rock's personal VIP section. Right. And I'm down here playing, and the last song of our set, they go into Home Sweet Home from Motley Crue. I've sang that song for years.
Well, very well.
They kick it off, and I look, and right out of the Cadillac section, Vince Neil from Motley Crue is walking down like this, and next thing you know, I'm on stage with Vince Neil. And he's looking at me, hey, brother, talks to me like he's known me his whole life.
Right.
You know?
It's a respect.
Like he's known me my whole life. Gave me a hug, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you going to...
But now you got 500 people out here, whatever that number is, and you're going, I got to play this off, right?
Yeah, and I got Kid Rock up there too.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Watching us.
Yeah. So you have to play it off cool, like this is no big deal. But in your mind, you're going, holy shit, what just happened?
I'm doing cartwheels,
yeah.
You know, because this is a dude that I've looked up to for
idolized
and
rocked out.
You know, and I have in-ear monitors, right? I have floor monitors, but I have in-ear monitors.
You started them a few years ago.
And he was singing in my microphone.
Yeah.
And I heard Vince Neil just sing to me, and what he's singing on stage, but like his voice was totally 100% on pitch.
Perfect.
It sounded like he did back in the 80s.
Wow.
You know, so I don't know all this controversy. I think somebody's tweaking those knobs, trying to make him sound bad or whatever.
He was good.
No, when I heard him, and just like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith was at Tootsie's, and he sang in my ear a cappella, "Walk This Way."
Wow.
I mean, he was, you know, me and him was drinking O'Doul's beer together and hanging out.
You don't put any instruments in your ear then. You just put your voice.
I put my voice in my acoustic.
In your acoustic,
yeah.
And that's it.
That's
and
all I need.
So when these guys are singing, you're hearing every note out of their mouth.
I hear everything.
And you sat there and just took it in.
Yeah.
Did you try to do backup vocals for him or anything, or did you just kind of step aside?
Hell no.
You just stepped aside and let him do his thing. Yeah.
Here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
You've been
We're good.
You've been doing this stuff a long time. You wrote this song into the yeah.
But those moments are like what you could have in Nashville, right? If you break into this business,
I've Billy Ray Cyrus.
Miley played Tootsie's.
God bless Billy Ray. He's an awesome dude, man.
Yeah.
We were playing a birthday bash. Well, one of my buddies.
That birthday bash has turned into an amazing thing for you guys.
Oh, I knew it would. I mean, 2010s when Steve and Uncle John and all of them got it rolling for Tootsie's, and I knew it was going to be spectacular. But
you're not surprised that other artists now are trying to do things on Broadway and copy what's been already originated, which is the birthday bash, and you shut down Broadway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Steve.
He really is the originator of everything. He started the build. He saved the historical building.
Yeah, he did.
He cleaned up Broadway.
Yeah.
He built these bars. Yeah. Think about Steve Smith. A guy like that, what do you put on his tombstone? I mean, because think about what he's done in the people's lives that he has impacted.
He's changed people. You know, he's
changed many people's lives.
Changed a lot of people's lives, including myself. You know, so Billy Ray Cyrus. So I was laying in bed one night. Jeff Eastlick, that helps schedule does the birthday bash on the big, you know, celebrity end. Eastlick called me up. I was laying in bed. It was probably, God, I don't know, maybe midnight or so. I don't know. He said, "Hey, man." I said, "What's up?" He said, "I got this artist and I need a slot for him. Can he sing in your band?" And I said, who is it? And he said, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well, I was not really sure.
Okay, what songs does he want? You know? And he said, well, Achy Breaky Heart for sure.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, gosh. So I called my band up at that night because the birthday bash was the next day. And I said, Billy Ray Cyrus wants to sing with us. And, oh, man, I mean, the band's like, wow, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, the band learns the stuff. And birthday bash, and we're up there doing our set. And here comes Billy Ray Cyrus, just big as life. And I'm standing backstage, and I said, Billy, he said, Billy looked at me, he said, how do you want to do this, buddy? And I said,
he asked you.
Asked me how you want to do this, buddy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever you want to do, sir.
I think what he was saying is he didn't want to step on your toes or your show.
How you want to do this, buddy?
Yeah.
And I said, well, whenever you want to. He said, well, what are you going to do while I'm singing?
Okay.
And I said, I'm going to watch the show. He said, no, you're not. You're going to play with me.
Oh.
He's like, get your guitar and come up here and play with me.
Okay.
Billy Ray Cyrus
right.
telling me.
Yeah.
So I get up and we play his cut. And I'm telling you what, when he hit the stage of the birthday bash, it was unreal.
Yeah.
Especially when he went into Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh,
I mean, people just.
I know. People used to goof on that thing. I think this man is a genius.
Oh, just crazy. Out. Well, it led into, like we did stuff for the Predators together, and he nicknamed me Catfish. Every time he sees me, he calls me Catfish. But because we did this thing where we held up Catfish for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I didn't get it either.
But that's what we did because they wanted us to. But they brought the Stanley Cup trophy in and all that stuff, which is cool. But,
so what's cool about you is that even though you know these folks, you don't blow them up. You're not pitching them songs every other week. You're respectful to who they are, right? They're just your friend. They're just your friend.
I never.
Okay, you guys, listen to what I'm saying to you right now. When you get opportunities to be with somebody who's on a different level than you or on your level and has a respect for you or is honoring your craft or playing with you, remember, treat them like the respect that they deserve. You don't need to go home and have your mom and your sister call them on the phone. We don't need to be singing happy birthday. All that stuff that goes on just doesn't need to happen because that's a quick way to lose a friendship, right?
And getting back to what you were saying, to dig deeper into these new artists that come to town. Yeah. I tell them too, you got to be a good hang.
You got to be a good hang.
You can't be obnoxious.
Don't pee on them.
Man, you got to be cool. Yeah. You got to.
You said, blow up in your mind, keep that memory where it belongs, but be in the moment.
And don't be an ass kisser.
And don't be an ass kisser.
Nobody likes that.
Nobody wants to hear it. They've heard it already.
You just got to be cool.
I say that a million times. I'm like, every lie, every excuse, Collier and his team has heard it all. Just go down there and do your job. Just do it. And he's maybe even done all those lies in himself. So you're not going to get nothing by him. And if you keep playing games with him, he's just going to find somebody to replace you, right?
Yeah. I had this girl call me up one time. I had her scheduled. I think it was at Rippy's or one of Honky Tonk. It was one of them. And she said, "Sir?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I can't come in today." I said, "Why is that?" She said, "Well, I got shocked by my microwave." Hell? Shocked by your microwave?
You can't make that up. You can't make that up, right? What does that even mean?
Okay.
What did you say? Okay. We'll get you covered?
I covered her. But,
you covered her.
Yeah, but she didn't last long.
No. You know. Yeah, you know.
Shocked by the microwave.
Hey, listen! Hey, don't go nowhere. We got more coming at you.
That's right, y'all.
When music feels real, you don't just hear it, you feel it. That's the sound of Michael Gillis, one of today's fastest rising voices in adult contemporary music.
You walk in a dark room like
crystal candlelight.
Michael's single, Working with the Rain, stormed up the Billboard Adult Contemporary charts, debuting at number 21 and climbing to number 13. Then came Can't Hide Beautiful, holding steady in the Billboard Top 40 and streaming in over 30 countries. And his breakout hit, You and Me in Miami, reached number 2 on the Euro Indie chart, proving his music connects across oceans and generations. With heartfelt lyrics and that unmistakable voice, Michael Gillis is redefining modern pop country crossover. Authentic, soulful, and radio ready. Stream Michael Gillis on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere you listen. And follow at Michael Gillis Music on all socials. Because when the voice is this honest, you just can't hide beautiful.
So let's end this interview because I've taken up more time than you've been more graceful than I could ever imagine. Scott Collier, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I mean, you gave me 2 weeks of your time, and that's a lot to ask because I know that you also you do shows. You're busy. You usually perform for 4 hours at a time. You usually have a great co-host or co-singer, I don't know what we call them, on stage with you. Where can people usually find you if they come to Nashville? Because they're going to want to now.
Well, I play Kid Rock main stage with my band Monday night, 6 to 10, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 to 6.
I got to ask you one more thing about that. Speaking of bands.
Yeah.
Sometimes you change band members. How do you know when to do that? Or is it a process of that it's just not vibing, or you guys are going in different directions, or that person is wore out, or you want to just change the band member because? So if I'm a new artist in town and I start to get a good gig with you and I'm playing 6 to 10 and all of a sudden I start to feel like my lead guitar player isn't doing what he's supposed to do or is lacking, or the show is starting to slip because of his or her performance, how do you know when to change that person out? Or is that something that you guys do for them?
Yeah, we do it for them if we see that it's the show that they're hurting them, you know.
So you protect the artist.
Yeah, yeah. But I always tell and like I said, I've been trained to do this. I always tell the lead singer of the band, have 3 to 4 sub players deep. So have 3 to 4 guitar players, 3 to 4 drummers, 3 to 4 bass players, keyboard players, fiddle players, whatever they're using. Make sure they have that deep because, you know, some of these players, they have to go on the road. Like Will Dowdy.
Like your guy does.
Yeah, if he's got to go with Poison, then, you know, I can't, so I got keyboard players that I'll call and I'll bring in that, you know.
But you have that Rolodex. See, you could probably, but what about somebody? Yeah. So if somebody didn't have that, they would go to you and say, "Hey, Scott, I need help covering this because."
Yeah, we have
Hoover didn't show up, you know.
Yeah, well, we have, and I do that every day. That's That's an everyday thing.
Really?
But what I do is just.
So really, you are in control of the artist and the musicians as 2 separate entities.
We do it all, everything. Yeah.
That's impressive.
How
many stages you're covering?
Oh gosh, I can't even count them all.
I mean, now with this 35,000 square foot coming up down in Panama.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 stages downtown, unless we do
you got the marina.
Yeah, and we got 2 marinas. We got Patesford Marina, which Fish Lips is awesome, dude.
Awesome.
Anybody that comes to Nashville needs to go to Fish Lips.
That's not that far of a drive away.
No,
it's easy drive.
Center Hill Lake.
Yeah.
It's right, Fish Lips. Check it out. But we have bands out there every Friday and Saturday, and then a lot of celebrities go out there too.
Sure.
You know, I mean, like Steve Smith is. That's his playground. That's where he goes to have fun. And
I think Alan Jackson has a place on that lake, or used
probably
to
does.
Yeah.
But like Fish Lips, it's like, I guess the best way to describe it, it's like a small town on the lake. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows everybody.
wonderful setup. It's perfect.
It's beautiful. They just rebuilt it. I mean,
I haven't known that.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I gotta go back out there.
And I mean, it's concert sound. You know, like and they bring Randy Houser, running out of Moonlight. We've done shows with him out there, and Montgomery Gentry, of course, and Kid Rock. And
I'm sorry about your friend T-Roy. I know that's what you call him. Troy, that he passed away. I know that hit you hard. You were close to him,
dude.
It hit you hard.
You saw T-Roy on stage with me.
I have, and I've seen what you've posted about him, and I know how much that affected you. I'm sorry about that.
Man, T-Roy was.
I can't believe that happened.
Hey, let me tell you something about T-Roy. So he would always get on stage with me, not because he was my friend. He liked me. T-Roy's a honky tonker. He liked to do that stuff. And he would get up and sing harmony with me. And his harmony was so awesome. I mean, like nobody could sing like him.
Yeah.
And he would get up there and he would sing. And I would always turn around and I would look at him like that. And he would always look at me and said, Scott, don't look at me. You look at the crowd out there. Don't be looking back here at your band. He was mentoring me, teaching me that thing. And the last thing that he said to me, he was getting ready to go on stage. Now, I remember this like it was yesterday. He had his guitar strapped around his neck. He was getting ready to go out on stage. And he looked at me and he said, Scott, he said, I'm proud of you. I said, you're proud of me? He said, man, he said, not for the music, not for what you've done here. He said, I'm proud of you because you took care of that boy, much of my son. And he said, I'm proud of you because you stopped drinking and you really focused on doing what's right.
That's amazing, Scottie.
That's my last memory of Troy.
You'll take that to your grave.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he didn't have to say that to me.
He didn't
but
have
that's
to
what
say
he
that
did.
to you.
And he gave me a hug. And they went and they kicked off, I think it was Hell Yeah or something. Hell Yeah, right on, whatever it was.
He didn't have to say that to you. He didn't have to say that to you.
No, he said that. That was the last time T-Roy and me and him had a conversation was there.
I want to ask you two more questions, okay? I want you to think about this one really hard before you answer. Maybe you'll know it right off the top. I want you to take Scott Collier's wisdom today and go back to that 20-year-old kid, and I want you to sit down with him, and I want you to say something to Scott Collier with his arrogance or his immaturity or just getting to town. You're going to say, Scottie, I'm you 20 years from now, and I need you to listen to me. And what would you say to him?
Don't name drop.
That's it.
Don't name drop and don't drink. Don't drink and don't smoke cigarettes.
Don't
do it.
It'll screw you up.
When I was a kid, being in town, I was so excited about all the celebrities that I saw and all the things that I did. I wanted to tell people.
Yeah.
But that got me.
Came across ugly.
He's a name dropper.
Yeah. And that's why I said.
Nobody likes a name dropper.
Right.
It's the first thing that turns me off now, too. I know people get excited when they go to Nashville, but the first thing they come up to me and they say, man, I know this guy that knows this guy that knows Eddie Montgomery.
Yeah, and you want to go sit down, son. Let me tell you something.
Like, oh, God, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Dude, or don't brag on yourself.
It's disgusting.
Which I never did.
No, you've never done that.
But like, you have these people, well, I got perfect pitch or I got perfect. Just shut the hell up and sing. That's all you got to do.
Shut up and sing.
Just shut up and sing.
You guys hearing that? Shut up and sing.
Yeah.
Just shut up and sing. Okay,
Yeah.
So now you answered that question. So now I have this new artist, which you train every week. But if there was an ultimate script that you could say, okay, Scottie from Minnesota, you're here in Nashville. You went through honky tonk school. I got you on the stage. I see something in you. You pull me aside one afternoon. You say, I'm going to take you to lunch. And you're going to sit down to me and you're going to go, Scottie, this. What advice would you give me?
Well, first off, I've never done lunch. I don't know why. Everybody does lunch. I do work.
Understood. You know what I mean? Understood. If you saw something special in me,
if I saw something special in you,
I think I can get this guy somewhere.
I wouldn't pick out your flaws. I don't do that until later.
Okay.
I leave you on a positive high note. Man, you did this right. You did that right. Man, I loved what you did for that lady in the front row right there.
Yeah.
Man, I love that. Okay, what are you doing tomorrow? Well, whatever you want to do, sir. Well, why don't you meet me at Kid Rock's on level 2 at 11 o'clock, and let's talk. And then that'll give me time to really evaluate what you did on stage, right?
Right.
So the whole time I'm thinking back here where I can get home where it's quiet and I can think, and then I'll jot down some stuff. Well, you know, you had mud on your boots.
Yeah.
Don't ever show up with mud on your boots.
It's the little things.
Or you had, or you know, what you had on yesterday. Like some of these girls will wear these belly shirts when they have no business wearing a belly shirt.
Sure.
Right. So you take a picture of them, you bring them in. Don't wear this because this is what this looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's no other way to say it but the truth.
Yeah, so then you go in, or you say, man, your pants are too tight, or your pants are too loose.
Sure.
Right?
It's an image.
Yeah. Pants are too tight, pants are too loose, shirt's too small, shirt's too big. Whatever it is, you pick out those little details, and then when you got them into a meeting like that, then you pick them apart, you know, and you say.
But it's constructive criticism in a way that's going to grow their career, not hurt them in any way. You're not there to hurt them. You're there to grow them.
I would be hurting them if I didn't tell them.
Well said.
I would be hurting
100%.
them more if I didn't tell them.
Are you guys hearing this? This is wisdom. This is what experience is teaching you. This is what a guy who's been around the block a million times and have seen it and heard it all is teaching you. He's teaching you something that you can't buy.
Yeah.
Right? You can't buy this knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I had to learn, you know.
The hard way.
And some of these people will and some of these people come to town and they prey on these kids.
I know.
Because
Sad.
they want money out of them, or they
see it.
think they can do this, and we try to protect them from that. Like anybody can go make a business card and say they do this, but if you want people in your team that are well connected with these record labels,
it's not easy.
You got to have people,
and when you're there, don't screw it up.
Well, you've got to have people that are, you know, go to church with these people, or go golfing with these people.
That's this business. That's why I say we only talk about
a small town.
The John Albanis of the world, the studios that aren't going to screw you over, who's going to give you the best musicians. I know, I've seen it.
It's a small town. I mean, everybody knows everybody.
Right. And you protect your friendship and you do right by those people because it matters.
I'll tell you, for instance, like one of the artists downtown, and I won't mention any names, but
please don't.
One of the artists downtown was signed to a management deal by a very famous country artist's ex-wife.
I know who you're talking about. I'll tell you off air. I bet I'm right. Go ahead.
Ex-wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet I know who you're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah. That don't work.
No.
Whether she's a good person or a bad person, I ain't throwing nobody under the bus.
No.
Whether they're a good person or a bad person.
Right.
But when you got you just have to be careful. Oh yeah. You just
Am I right?
You're right. You just have to be careful.
We experienced
and
that.
and you know, it just have to be careful.
Yeah. Because you don't know.
And you know, they probably did some good things.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know?
I'll tell you off air.
Maybe.
But that's the thing about Nashville. Those people do stick out very quickly and they become an eyesore, and they may do their thing for a short period of time, but it won't last. You gotta, it's a small town. No matter how big you think it is, people talk and they know who's right and who's wrong. That's one thing about Nashville, Tennessee. And just like having Howard in here, and Howard was here, and you guys started visiting quickly.
Yeah.
You guys, I asked John to hit the record button because you guys were speaking so highly about the same people that you run around the same. That's how Nashville is.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
It's a close knit environment, and we take care of the people, and the snakes quickly get pushed away.
Yeah. I have to bring up something. Do we have enough time?
Yes, sir. All the time. I just want to worry about your voice.
I got enough time to. I want to talk about Freedom Sings USA.
Let's do it
real quick. Freedom Sings USA. Uncle John Taylor, my boss, been with this from the ground up, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you what they do. They bring these servicemen and women in, and they tell their story of war through music. And they have hit songwriters on staff that write with these people. Freedom Sings USA. I never served personally in the United States Armed Forces. I wish I would have now, looking back on it. I really do. It's one of my regrets.
You're a better man than me. I was too scared. I still am scared today.
I should. It's one of those shoulda, coulda, woulda.
My dad was in the military, and I just couldn't do it, Scott.
But
I was too scared.
Now that I've, I guess kind of helped Uncle John in a way on certain events, like if they're doing a thing at Honky Tonk Central or whatever. I'll help get the band, help make sure everything's organized. But I've actually been able to go in and see how life-changing this is, because PTSD is a real thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really is. And
one of my friends back, I don't mean to interrupt, but one of my friends was a state highway patrol back in my hometown of Hibbing, and he had to rescue 2 young girls from drowning.
Yeah.
And he quit shortly after that, and he still lives with that vision in his head. So I can't imagine. That's bad enough, and then war on top of that would be. Well, I can't imagine.
They teach these. They teach you how to fight.
Yes,
basically, but
with a cold heart.
But they don't deprogram you when you go back into society.
Right.
And I didn't realize how much of a problem that this actually is, and how it affects people's lives the way it does, until I started helping with Freedom Sings and watching these veterans come in and watching how life-changing it is. So I just wanted to give a shout-out to Freedom Sings USA and Don Goodman and John Taylor and Steve Dean and all those guys that make it happen. So if there's any veteran out there that wants to tell their story of war, through music. And
how do they get a hold of you for that? Can they go through the website?
Yeah, Freedom Sings USA.
And they can get, that's how they can.
Yeah, they can get up there.
I had a guy about a month ago. He listened to one of my podcasts, and he's in the military. And I'm very nervous about this interview that I'm going to be doing with him next month. Number one, because I need to honor him the right way, and I don't know him as a human being, so I'm doing my research. And number two, how do you sit down with a guy and thank him for protecting you and your rights in America the right way without sounding like an idiot?
Yeah.
That's my conundrum, Scotty.
Good luck.
Well, what you do in your shows is pretty cool, because you always say something about America. About
we have to.
You always do.
It's not. Well, you don't have to,
but it's cool.
Well,
and people absolutely go crazy.
Okay, the other night I had a World War II veteran
in the house. Okay,
he was 100 years old or 100 some. Yeah, and I gave him the microphone. He was up on the mezzanine. He couldn't get down to the stage. And I sent one of my band members up with a microphone to give. This is a special thing.
Yeah.
And this World War II veteran got on and sang "This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine."
Oh, no way.
And the place was packed. And there was not a dry eye in the place, including myself.
Yeah.
You get, wow.
Yeah. That's those moments that you don't forget. I mean, it's great to have Vince Neil sing in your ears, but it's almost better to have a guy up there do something like that and have that moment where he captures everybody with his innocence. And that's amazing. Those are those moments, man. 35,000 square feet building going up in Panama. 35,000?
Man.
That's huge.
See,
Did you have a place down there?
Yeah, we had one at Pier Park. We were in business down there for I think it was 15 years.
Yeah, what happened? Hurricane or just closed?
No. Just the popularity of Tootsie's has just grown. Tootsie's has a NASCAR and all that stuff.
I know. At the airport, everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Tootsie's is everywhere. It's world famous, and a lot of hard work went into that, though. You know, Steve and Uncle John and all a lot of hard work.
They built it.
That, and building that. Yeah,
they built it.
But it just basically the 35,000 square. It needs to be that big.
To hold the people.
Tootsie's just outgrew where it was at. I mean, just go to reality.
Yeah.
It just became so popular. It's like you can't
Is there any insight? Is there anything else that Steve has up his sleeve because he's so creative that's going to happen in Nashville that you can talk about? Or is that nothing? Or have you not heard of anything new coming?
You don't hear stuff like that.
No?
No,
it just happens. Like that day that you're downstairs playing and here he comes in with the plans. What are you doing? It's third floor, Scotty. We're going up.
That's the way it's always been. Like, I didn't know I was going to work for Kid Rock. I had no idea we were even building a Kid Rocks. I didn't have no idea.
Right.
I just got a call one morning and said, I need you at the diner to come in for a meeting. And the next thing you know, I'm sitting with Uncle John and I'm sitting with Steve Smith, the Honky Tonk Godfather's right across from me. And Steve said, well, you got a new boss. I said, what'd you do, sell? Are you going to sell out? And he said, no, I ain't selling out. He said, you're going to work for Kid Rock. I was like, whoa. That's how you don't ever know. It just happens.
So I don't even know how to answer this question. Let me think a minute. When they say you go to work for Kid Rock, like you play at his bar, but you don't answer to him, right? You don't answer to Kid Rock, but you represent his brand. Is that properly way to say it?
I would answer to him if he called me.
Yeah, but if he called you, of course, that's what I'm saying. But you don't. He's not calling you or saying, what happened last night or none of that nonsense. He just owns at the bar.
I work for John Taylor. That's who I work, and I work for Steve Smith.
And Steven,
but they
Kid
call
Rock,
me.
They
call me, and then I do my best to take care of whatever they want me to do.
Yeah, whatever brand that you're representing, you take care of the brand.
Yeah, I just do what they tell me to do.
Yeah. And very, very well, by the way.
Yeah, I just do that. Now, there's been times that Kid Rock's called me up before. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll tell you this is kind of cool. I was laying on the couch one night and we'd just opened Kid Rock's up. And Bobby Ritchie, Kid Rock, called me up on the phone. And he said, hey, Scott. I said, what's up, buddy? He said, I need a favor. I said, you do? He said, yeah. He said, I got this young kid coming in. He said, can you get him in the Cadillac section? Can you call the managers and get him in the Cadillac section, which is his own personal VIP? He said, and just, comp all the drinks, just tell him to take care of him. And I'm like, yeah. I said, what's the kid's name? He said, Morgan Wallen.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah,
was this before Morgan was famous?
Yeah. He said, Morgan Wallen. I said, I've never heard of Morgan Wallen before. He said, well, trust me, you're going to hear of him. He said, he's coming to my honky tonk tonight. He said, I want to take care of him. And I said, okay. So then I went and called the manager and I said, this young kid named Morgan Wallen is coming into the honky tonk tonight. Bobby wants to get him to take care of him. And Mance Brothers, which is one of our other bands, was playing that night. And so they went and did their thing. But
did he come down and sing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He came down and sang. And he was so famous at this point, he was standing on one of the steps, and a customer paid the band $500 to go up and kiss the steps that Morgan Wallen stood on.
You got to be shitting me right now. Can I ask you something?
I'm getting real, man.
What happened with that throwing the chair off the thing? Do you think that was a publicity stunt for the Chiefs bar, or do you think that he was just having fun and made a mistake?
I have no idea.
I always wonder if it was a publicity, because he could have hurt somebody, and I think if it would have been staged, he would have made sure that it was going to be okay and nobody got hurt.
I have no idea.
Thank God nobody got hurt.
I wasn't down there that night, but I heard about it.
That's crazy. It put the Chiefs bar on the map for whoever owns that place.
I don't know what.
Speaking of Chiefs bar, okay. I know this is kind of, I don't know. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Do you go in the other bars? Do you go into Garth's? Do you go into Old Reds? Do you look at their sound system? Do you walk in there ever and just kind of see? Not because of the talent, because of the layout, because of the sound, because of maybe they're doing something different.
I have walked into the other bars, and I will say this. The reason why I like what we do is because we have never changed.
No.
We've had, it's straight up music.
Yes. Good music.
We don't have we don't have all the other stuff.
No.
It's just, we got plywood floors.
Yep. Great stage.
Yeah. I mean, it's a honky
Elevated.
tonk.
It's a honky tonk.
It's a honky tonk.
Yeah.
That's what we've done.
It has a character.
That's what we've done.
Every
it's
neon sign has a character, and the Tootsie's has a character.
I mean, it's like
Kid Rock's has character.
Yeah, Honky Tonk Central
has character.
Rippies.
They all stand on their own.
We've that's just what we've done. Or what
Brilliant.
They've done. I've had a small part in helping.
Nah, you had a big part. I think you and John Stone are just as important as anybody else down there. You guys are amazing.
That's one thing that I like about ours is that we don't have all that stuff.
All the screens and
it's all about the music.
Yeah. The thing that I do find cool, I'll say this, is
not discrediting any of the other people.
No, I know.
I'm not.
No.
I'm telling you, there's talent like crazy.
Sure,
but we do things
consistent.
We just do things the way we do it,
and it works.
Yeah, it works
well.
Yeah, we just do it the way we do it.
And it works well.
Yeah.
So anyway, Scott, I've taken up so much of your time. I think I could go on to part 3 with this, but I won't do that to you at this time. I wrote something when you came in. I want to read something as you go out. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, buddy.
Every so often I meet somebody who reminds me of why dreamers dream, right? Mm-hmm. That's you. Why we give our time, our voices, our hearts to Nashville, Tennessee. Scott Collier, you're not just playing songs. You keep the soul of Broadway alive, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The soul of Broadway is in your palm of your hand, and you prove that to me. If I see you every week or I see you once a year, you're the same. You're great. You're amazing, and it's a joy and a pleasure to watch you perform. You take people away from the crap on TV, right? The negativity in the world today, you don't tolerate it. You bring them in there and you give them a show and you let them forget about the world around us. And I thank you for that. And I'm sure many people would like to tell you the same thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for listening to Drop Me Off in Nashville and John Albany in Sonic Eden Studios. You guys are the best.
Thanks for joining Scottie and Friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join the Drop Me Off in Nashville family. Engineering and production provided by Podcast Production Music.
Well, Nashville, can't thank you enough for all the time.
Y'all come back now. Here?